Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to let the students in, everybody.
10 seconds.
Oh, no.
All right, I'll just say when we're live. And we are live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Joyce, am I seeing an Indian flag in your picture? That definitely looks like an Indian flag.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Joyce.
Hello. Hey, Joyce. Hello.
From Nigeria.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Joyce, good to have you here.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I thought that was an Indian flag for a second. It definitely has got all the Indian flag colors in
No,
there.
Joyce is not Indian. And I think it's a kind of flag. Let's see.
Let me get to the first slide.
So,
Welcome, everybody. We are having a couple of more people joining us last minute. If you could please bear with us. We're just going to wait for everybody to get in before we start our presentation. All right, Eugene, it's 10:11. Why don't we get started?
yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome, and we're excited to have you join us. Thank you very much for signing on to attend this event, a very unique event in the sense that this is the first time ever we are having an international event for Nigeria. We've been having open house, but not this kind of open house. So I'm super excited. This is the first time that it's happening, and the inaugural international open house that we are having is directed at Nigeria because we know Nigeria has potentials and we want to tap into their resources and bring you here as part of our diversity plan in the school, and which is also a major plan for the university. And I'm happy to introduce my Dean Suresh. I'm going to start with your first name. Okay, Dean Durga Suresh Menon. And I know I got 90%. Before it used to be like 60% pass in your name, but now I will get to 100% very soon. So thank you also for making this happen. And also I have my colleagues here. They are going to introduce themselves one by one. And then both colleagues from the admission department and also from the school. We are here to answer your questions, your admission plan, whether you're a parent, whether you're a sponsor, whether you're a student, a potential student. We want to answer your question. I know that you have a lot of questions, and that is the reason why we are doing this program. So I will want to introduce my colleagues here as my colleagues here on the, I'm just going to use the arrangement here. So starting with David. Dave is our assistant to the dean. Can you introduce yourself, please? And is
Sure.
right here. Okay, yeah.
So I am David Albanese. I'm the assistant to the Dean of Computing and Science. I want to thank all of you for coming today. We're really excited to have you here. And if you have any questions about anything, I'm the one who sent the email yesterday with all of the links. So if you can just reply to that email, I'm happy to help you out with whatever questions you might have now or later, whatever you think of. Just please feel free to contact me. Thanks.
Alex here is our program coordinator. She's always the first person you will see when you walk into our school. Alex, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon in Nigeria. My name is Alyssa. I'm from Brazil. I'm the academic assistant from the School of Computer and Data Science.
Yeah, say it down.
Now you are muted.
Yes.
Should I say it
again? Yeah. No, they heard you. Yeah. We are in the same room, everybody. That's why there's a little bit of an echo. I'm sorry about that.
So welcome. If you have any questions, I'm here. Let us know.
I'll go next. Hello, everybody. My name is Durga Suresh Menon. I'm the Dean of the School of Computing and Data Science here at Wentworth Institute of Technology. Welcome. I do have a brief presentation for you after introductions, and we're hoping to be able to answer your questions. And I will pass it over to Amy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amy Sisson. I am the Associate Dean for Graduate Enrollment. And so if you have any questions about applying to our master's degree programs, I'm your person to ask those questions to. Welcome.
Ming.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ming Zhang. I'm a faculty member in this school. I teach freshman course like programming and junior, senior course and graduate course. I wish I can see you guys in my classroom in the near future. Thank you.
Ray.
Hi, everyone. I am Ray Hansen. I am the Associate Dean of the School of Computing and Data Science. I particularly focus on issues related to like transfer credits and things like that. But I also will be in the classroom. You'll see me teaching cybersecurity and forensics courses.
So I'm going to take I think we covered everybody at Wentworth, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to take a brief amount of time to take you through all our programs. Bear with me for about 15 minutes as we take you through.
I don't understand. Why does Linda want me to attend this? Wentworth. Wentworth.
I think somebody is not muted.
Yes, Ray. Dave, can you mute? Okay.
Are you able to see the slides, everybody? Wonderful. Again, welcome, everybody. We are really excited to have you here. Let us jump right in. We are going to take you through all the programs of the School of Computing and Data Science here at Wentworth. And these are our offerings. I would like to start by saying we have graduate and undergraduate courses. We do not have a PhD program at Wentworth. We offer bachelor's and then we offer a master's degree program. Our bachelor's degree programs right now are in computer science, computer networking, applied mathematics, and cybersecurity. And we have graduate programs in applied computer science, business analytics, and data science. We'll be spending time later on talking about what does applied actually mean. But we also have new programs coming in information technology, data science in undergraduate, and a graduate program in cybersecurity analytics next year. We also have accelerated programs that combine your undergrad and grad experiences together here. And within our programs, Professor Hansen Dean Hansen just talked about the concept of cybersecurity and what we do in cybersecurity here. Ray, do you want to take a minute and talk about both the undergrad and grad cybersecurity programs?
For sure. Starting with our undergraduate program, it was designed from the ground up to be interdisciplinary, not meaning to say that you aren't going to get technical skills, but you need to understand how those technical skills apply in different aspects of different businesses, meaning you need to understand a little bit of how to interact with people and how a business operates and its policies drive different decisions. So you'll take courses not in just computing and math, but also required courses in business that also address cybersecurity law and policies. There are engineering courses. So if you are interested in a little more of the hardware side of cybersecurity, we can address that from hardware through software, through implementation, all the way up through securing applications and then defining and guiding policies through an organization. This whole program was industry focused, meaning we are giving you skills that you can take out into industry on day one of your first co-op and have skills that are useful in that industry so that you can be a productive member of those teams. As part of building out this program, also, we had many different partners, big companies like Akamai and IBM and Cybereason, security companies, and other companies that aren't necessarily cybersecurity, giving us feedback and supporting our endeavors to build out this program to be as applicable and guided as possible. So part of that are topics, kind of a general high-level set of topics for our curriculum. You will learn things like threat hunting and threat intelligence. You will also touch governance, compliance, audit, law, and policy kind of sides. You will do some business continuity, which will again take some of the business skills and the technical skills and drive those two things together. And then possibly the two most technically savvy pieces that you will touch would be our digital forensics and incident respond courses. That actually spans 4 different courses where you will do different parts of forensics and incident response, as well as turning the tables and learning the offensive side of security of how to deal with attacks by understanding all of the different mechanisms that go into that. So again, this whole program is really driven by understanding that cybersecurity is addressed not just through technology, but through people, process, and technology to provide full solutions.
Thank you, Ray. So that is our cybersecurity program. We also have a new program in information technology that we'll be starting next year. And our information technology program is going to be focused on concentrations within the program. So here are the 4 concentrations that we are looking at right now for September 22 in network infrastructure, in information technology operations and design, in health informatics and technology. And so that's a very good place to pause and tell you all, behind me is the picture of Boston. And 5 minutes away from Wentworth is the Harvard Medical School. So we are a stone throw away from Harvard and MIT and all the cutting edge hospitals in Boston as well. So a big push within our programs has been to truly look at data, not only within the context of technology, but also in the context of health. So keeping that in mind, we are working on a health information, informatics and technology concentration, and we are looking at the project management concentration because we truly want to learn about how to leave school and then be able to go and apply what you learn immediately. And again, everybody, it's a very important point to make to all of you is Wentworth is very focused on applied in the sense that we want to get you ready to go into the workforce. We don't want you to just think about our education in terms of static theory, right? Everything that we do, you're able to apply into examples, and we are extremely project-based and we are extremely hands-on. Now, having said that, look at the coursework on the right-hand side and the competencies that you will be able to achieve when you go through our information technology program. And if you look here, it is a very nice and wide berth of competencies that you're able to gain when going through our information technology program. We also have our cybersecurity analytics program that is in play right now for the graduate program, for those of you who are interested. And what this slide does is it kind of takes you through how are our students doing when they graduate? How much money are they making when they graduate? And again, no surprise here, you will always see computer science is the career that brings in the most amount of money. I think within Wentworth Institute of Technology, consistently computer science graduates, whether undergrad or grad, make the most amount of money. The rate, if you look at our response rate, 85% of our alums actually write back to us and let us know that they're doing great and that they're making good money and they're being successful. Our cybersecurity first class is graduating next year. We will have more statistics for you then. And also our graduate programs are starting. One other thing that I want all of you to notice is now we have undergraduate program in computer science, graduate program in computer science, undergrad in data science, grad in data science, and undergrad in cybersecurity and grad in cybersecurity. And so with the help of Amy, the school is truly able to now offer these pathways where you don't take a break between your undergrad and grad, and you're invited to apply to the grad program by something that we call as automatic admittance into the grad program. When you are able to get a GPA threshold, when you're able to hit a GPA threshold, you will actually have Amy reach out to you and offer you admittance into the grad program. It is very important to not just talk about salaries. We need to tell you where our students are going. If you pause and if you look, this is a very small sampling, everybody. This is not a very elaborate list. There are companies here that everybody knows, like IBM and Red Hat and Microsoft, or Capital One, because these are banks and software companies that are all over the world, including Nigeria. We have a very good tie-up with MIT Lincoln Laboratory, which is a subsidiary of MIT. And the joke that we say, and I had to say it because I see you today smiling already, is that all the people who work at MIT actually go from WIT. So we've been very successful in being able to place our students. Again, everybody, it goes back to that applied, that we are actually applying what you're learning in class at your jobs. We also want to talk to you about your stay at Wentworth. When you come to Wentworth, especially as an international student, and I want to make this big shout out to Amy Sisson, who's here today, is that we are not doing this by ourselves. Our Associate Dean of Grad Enrollment is here with us because we want you to know that when you come to Wentworth, you are not going to be alone. We are looking in ways to engage our students, both in the undergrad and graduate level, and also provide scaffolds and also provide support that will truly make you successful. Here are a small sampling of what we are doing. We have academic support, we have advising services, we have a career and co-op office that very specifically works with students to get you jobs. Like, how do you apply? How do you make a resume? How do you make your resume stand out? Right? And then we do career fairs, and also we have our own internal portal through which you can apply for jobs. Now, as an international student, this is a very good time to also tell all of you, all programs within the School of Computing and Data Science are STEM designated. And that basically means that you will have both CPT and OPT options. And when it comes to OPT options, you get up to 3 years of employment opportunities after you graduate from Wentworth. And so that's a very important aspect. And if you come to our undergrad, you must work outside in order to graduate because it's a part of our curriculum. And in the graduate programs, we have a course called as graduate internship, which you work with your advisor to be able to go and work outside in industry and actually get credit for it. It's a 1 credit course and you actually get credit. So it's a double thing, right? You go out, you get the experience, you get paid, and you get a credit for it in your graduate program. And we actually let you repeat the graduate internship up to 3 times to actually get 3 credits worth of coursework in as well. So you can actually double dip between working and getting credit for school. And we also have a Dean's Lecture Series now within the School of Computing and Data Science. And we have many fairs, including a career fair, where you will be able to meet with employers and seek employment. No presentation is done without stopping and talking about Boston. Everybody, we are not 50 kilometers away from Boston. We are not 100 kilometers away from Boston. Sometimes people just like to use the name of the city and then it's very far away. We are 15 minutes from the airport. Here. There is the airport right next to the water in Boston. We are in the heart of Boston. So when you come to Boston, and if you are from a big city in Nigeria, you'll feel very at home. And if you're not from a big city in Nigeria, you will love the city because it has got this feel. We are America's college town. So when you come to Boston, you are going to be in good company, whether you're coming to undergrad or graduate, whether you're looking for Nigerians to form a community with, Africans to form a community with, or create new communities, this is the place to do it, right? And so if you look at all the pictures here, they're all pictures of Boston. We are very close to Fenway Park, which is the baseball Hall of Fame parks in America. And we are also in a place where within a 50-mile radius, there are 98 schools, which basically means that you will have opportunities to collaborate. You will have opportunities to do interdisciplinary coursework, not just within Wentworth, but all around Wentworth as well. So the idea here of this presentation is to tell you that when coming to us, our aim is not just to get you into the classroom. Our aim is to be able to give you an experience that you can carry for the rest of your life. We want you to come. We want you to be successful. And we want you to know that this is a great place to come. It's a beautiful place to come. I came to Wentworth 21 years ago after grad school. And I'm still here. And I was an international student. And I came and I fell in love with Boston. And after being faculty for many, many years, I am now dean of the school. So I have a very important duty to bring more cultural diversity to my school. I want to see more international students here. That's why I am here. And when Yetunde came to me with the same kind of ambitions for students from Nigeria, I jumped at the opportunity. So I look forward to answering your questions. I look forward to seeing you here on campus. And please note that we are all here to help you. And so I'm going to open it up to questions so that you all may be able to ask us questions. I see that the chat has been very busy.
Yes, very busy. And it's question time. If you have questions, feel free to talk or send your questions in the chat. You can also unmute yourself to ask your question. We want to hear from you. We want to know how we can meet your needs as you plan to join us, or maybe if you're a sponsor or a student, or as you plan to send someone to join us, we want to know what are your concerns so that we can know how to plan. It's question time. Aaron is asking how much is the school fees for MS Business Analytics. Amy or?
Yeah, Amy will send the link.
Yeah.
Oh, and as Amy does that, one of our superstar faculty has just joined us, the author of our information technology program. Mira, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, everyone. I'm Mira Yoon. And yeah, we are working really hard to make the best information technology program in Boston area. So we really ready to have you guys. So hope to see you guys in very near futures.
Thank you, Mira. Amy, could you take a minute to talk about our scholarship and fellowship options so that the students understand what's going on?
Yeah, I just posted the link to our tuition page. It also outlines the scholarship opportunities that are available. All full-time applicants, when they fill out the application during the review process, we will evaluate you for a merit scholarship. That's based mostly on your undergraduate academic performance. I would say the average scholarship is about 20%. So if you're an average student being admitted into our program, you'll get about 20% off your tuition cost. We also offer fellowship opportunities, and those you apply for after you're admitted to the program. We'll invite you to apply. You get to work for the department with all of these lovely folks that you've met on this call for 10 hours a week. You are then paid for those hours of work. It usually equates to about between $4,000 and $5,000 for the year, and you can use that money towards living expenses or tuition or whatever you need.
Great, thank you, Amy. I think Femi has a question. His hand is raised.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for giving us this very opportunity. The Dean and the organizers, we actually thank you. Professor Yetunde, thank you for actually bringing Nigeria to this very platform. Yeah, Wentworth is a great university. I've read about the university for a very long time, but it's a very good opportunity for me coming very closer, seeing the faces like Dean and the other organizers. And principally, I thank you for targeting my country, for targeting Nigeria. We have so many unexplored resources. We have so many students that we can actually put in forth. Dean said something that she was an immigrant some years ago, and she came here to establish, and to God be the glory today. This story is the kind of story we want our children, we want our people to tell in some years to come. My question is this: how can you, because we don't really know opportunity like this actually are available, if not for Yetunde that has actually brought us to this level, and we thank you for that very good job. Please, what can you do for our students back home, I know part of it is this information going to them. And in terms of a dollar, in terms of the scholarship, in terms of a funding, how much will it be easy for them? And in terms of their I-120, you know, for them to come here from embassy, how much are you supporting them to actually get their visa here as early as possible? Because our tradition in Nigeria is saying your professor. We don't use to online thing, virtual thing. We want to interact with our professor. So most of students will have this kind of admission, but because they are unable to go through their I-130, it's usually a problem. What is the plan from Wentworth? That's number one. Number two that I want to say is this. For those of us that have a kid, I have a daughter here who is a 12th grader. She lives in Dallas, Texas. And when Yetunde talked to me, I was trying to tell her that you need to go to my colleague's school in Boston. I was telling my daughter, even though I know sometimes, you know, they have their own position. Now, for me to actually bring her down, right? She's not contesting with me. I'm not forcing her to that. But when my colleague is somewhere, Yetunde is somewhere, Yetunde is like a mother. And I can see Dean of School now. Dean of School is a mother to every children now. So how can we send our children down there? I mean, those ones that are already here, can we send them to Wentworth, and what is available for them? Yetunde, thank you for this opportunity, and other Nigerians, thank you for joining. So see more of you.
Thank you very much, Femi. Those are very brilliant questions, very important questions, especially to address the needs of Nigerians. And he is also a colleague. We're colleagues together at University of Ibadan, and now he's also an immigrant like myself. He's in Dallas, and myself also. So he has also been campaigning and canvassing for to get the attention, to let our people get the education they deserve and the opportunity they deserve. And sometimes, like I said in the previous session, information is power. If you lack the appropriate information, you might just be sinking in emptiness and not being able to move forward. I'm here today because of information. I'm here today because I was able to break barriers. And if you're able to also attend my talk tomorrow, I will talk more on that. So many potentials that are untapped because we don't have the information. And so please, so I will need the Dean to answer those questions, and also Amy, you'll be able to, and we don't have the undergrad admission here, but they will give you the actual information regarding your daughter. Of course, your daughter should be here.
Today, I'm going to ask Tope. Tope has got his hand up, so let us have him ask his question. I will address applying for scholarships and fellowships in a minute. Please, Tope.
Yes, and before Tope comes in, I also want to let you know that he is my brother, and he's been applying also to for grad studies, and so yes, thank you also for joining this session, bro.
Good morning, Yetunde, Suresh Menon, Sisinyami, Yumira, and everybody. Really nice to be here. First and foremost, let me say I am really impressed. I'm very encouraged by this noble organization, Wentworth. I have read so much about you, especially since my sister got to start working in that school. I must say this. So I'm also a graduate of University of Ibadan. I read geology, and right now I'm into marine engineering, water engineering. That's what I do. But since my sister has been working in that school, I have taken particular interest in that school. And right now I am personally pursuing a career in Wentworth in construction engineering. And then from the presentation I've seen this afternoon, I'm really impressed. I have an impression that you guys are really up and doing. And I want to say kudos to you for this. That's number one. Then number two is that a lot of Nigerians and Africans need, just like yesterday I've said, information. Information is key. Information is knowledge. Information is power. We don't really have too much of information. And what I want to advise your school, because I am amazed with what I've seen, with what I've heard about this, with this presentation. I'm really amazed with your distance to Boston, to the airport, to an accessibility to job. even after you finish, even after your graduation. So what I think, I want to suggest that you do more of advocacy, aggressive advocacy, because Nigerians, we don't have information. So I want to suggest that you put a machinery in place to reach out to people, let more people know about your school. You know, for example, in Nigeria, we only hear about few of the Ivy League universities. But since I started hearing about Wentworth, I took particular interest. I started reading about it. And what I have seen about Wentworth, the education, the standard, the professors, the lecturers, the ambience in the school, the opportunities, I feel that Wentworth is even better than most of these Ivy Leagues that we hear their names. I mean, I'm just trying to be modest. So you need to do more aggressive advocacy. Let more people know about this school, because right now, I am telling you, I am amazed. I'm all with what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you, I have started a procedure for my own admission, but I've not been, I hope I'm able to drive it through this year. If not, then I will have to defer to next year. But most importantly, I think if Nigerians and by and large more Africans get to know about your school, I think more people will be interested, because right now in Nigeria, a lot of people are looking for good schools like this to take their kids to, okay? A lot of Nigerians, but because they don't have information, people just get to put their kids anywhere, you know, even at much more expensive cost for tuition and all of that. But from what I've seen here, I think Wentworth is a good school. And then by the time you get people to know more about your school, I'm sure you get amazing results. Thank you.
We have just started. Again, this is our first step. Alessandra will tell you it is our first open house together. I am a new dean. This is my 5th month as dean. The school has been formed a year ago. So the programs have been here for 25 years, but we have restructured ourselves to truly be able to provide means for all of you to be able to come to Wentworth. I'm going to take one pause. I'm going to introduce one more of our superstar faculty. And he always likes to say very proudly, fellow African from Libya. We have Professor Salam Ahmed. Salam, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. So I hope you are doing well today. So my name is Salam Othman. I'm from Africa. I'm from Libya. So I'm assistant professor at Wentworth. This is my 4th year. During my time here, I taught many courses, algorithms, network programming, programming for big data, machine learning, and I did research with my undergraduate students, and we published papers. And yeah, thank you for coming today.
So let me address a couple of things. I know that as an immigrant, when we come to these information sessions, we always think about how am I going to fund my education? Now, if you paid close attention, Amy already told you that for students who do well and you have a good, and this is very important that I must tell you all this. International students do not get any federal funding. Federal funding is for US citizens. So when we come to a different country, we have to be able to fund ourselves from our countries. So what we came up with, and most of it is Amy, I have to give credit where it is due. Our scholarships are 100% merit-based. What that means is, how have you done in your undergrad? How have you done in your high school? So we want to help the students who are doing well and who don't want to go to Ivy League schools. Because if you go to, guys, Ivy League schools are fantastic, right? But what is then special about Wentworth? We are a small school. What is the advantage of a small school? Small class sizes. What is the advantage of a small class size? Individual attention, right? This grows and it builds to that experience that you're all looking for. Now, I'll also be honest with you. For international students, there is no free tuition ever. We have to fund our education. But what we have done, and what I have done with Amy as part of being a part of this process is, how can we then provide scholarships? So a 20% scholarships in a 10-course graduate program basically means you're already paying only for 8 courses. Then she told you, for those of you who apply for fellowships, we are giving $4,000 to $5,000. That's another 1.5 courses. right? So if you look at it, you're paying for about 6 to 7 courses for your entire education. And that is a big deal, everybody. And that makes it more affordable. We are also highly competitive in our tuition. So if you compare our even per credit tuition with our neighbor, we are about $400 less per credit, right? So if it's $400 per credit, we've already saved you $4,000 to $10,000 is going to someone else, right? So the idea here is, everybody, we are very focused on being friendly to international students. And every time we come up with a new program, Amy always will say, hey, I know you're coming up with a new program. Can my international students come? That is the first question we ask. And as somebody who's come from India, and look at this group here. Mira is here. Mira is from Korea. Salem is here from Libya. Alessandra is here from Brazil. Oh, everybody, we're going to take a book out of Nigeria, and we're going to try to do the same thing for Brazil, right? Ming is here. Ming is from China, right? And so each of us here in tomorrow's session that most of you are going to attend the webinar, where Professor Folajimi is going to talk about what did she do? What is the funding that she looked for when she left Nigeria? She's going to discuss that tomorrow. And Professor Othman is going to be there working with them. And the third person on their team is Professor Memo Ergazer, who's from Turkey. So we are extremely proud about the cultural diversity that we have within our school, where we have a lot of international faculty. Now we want international students. And I think that is why we are here. So again, thank you all so much for coming. Ask the questions, right? And again, if you want to know, oh, am I going to get a scholarship? Amy will say, please apply. Let me see your transcript. We cannot tell you, guys, this is not a barter system, right? There is a process. So you apply and then you say, here's my application. Here are my transcripts. I am a super student. And then Amy says, very good. Please, now we can talk to you about scholarships. And everybody, fellowships are usually provided after students are accepted into the program. So we don't offer you and send you that fellowship email asking you to apply for the fellowships until you are in the program. And I know that we are starting the BS IT program right now, the Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. In 3 years, Mira will be working for a graduate program in information technology. So all of these are in the plans for us. And in our previous session, somebody asked about networking. I want to learn about network infrastructure. In the cybersecurity analytics program and all the other programs, we are now coming with, what do you call it? We are basically coming up with electives and free electives so that we are truly able to offer all kinds of courses. Oh, I just saw the question about, yes, we are 100, as of September 22 or fall 22, all the programs that we showed you today will be in person, on the ground, face to face. We are already 100% on the ground and face to face. We just wear our masks in the classroom, but we are already there, everybody. We are definitely, hopefully, slowly putting the pandemic behind us. What are the questions?
Yeah,
I was going to chime in and talk about international student support. So we do have an office on campus that once you've been admitted, once you deposit and are committed to coming to Wentworth, that's when we work with you through the visa process. So processing your I-20 and making sure we collect all the documents we need for that. If you have dependents that are coming with you, that's when they would work through that process with you as well. So there is an office on campus that helps support you in that process, and we do everything we can. We know during the pandemic, it's been especially difficult to, with consulates closed and issues with delays. And so we will work with you as much as we can to make sure that that's an option for you. We have had some students who've had to defer a year because they weren't able to get their visa in time, and that's okay as well. And we as an admissions office can walk you through that process if that's what ends up happening due to whatever the pandemic is doing. In fall of 2022, we are very hopeful that everything will be back to normal, but as you know, it's kind of a fluid situation, so we will work with you depending on what the situation is at that time.
And then Doga mentioned earlier, I think she probably skipped it or I missed it this time, that we are ready to, I think it skipped.
What is it?
I'm trying to remember it, but it just skipped.
Hey, when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because
it happens to the best
question...
of us, everybody.
Yeah.
Your professors are as human as you are. I'm looking for questions, everybody. If you're not able to ask the questions, just type the questions. We'll be able to help you. I'm assuming a lot of you are here for undergraduate or graduate. I'm assuming a lot of you are here for graduate.
I think most people here are for graduates.
And then we'll have to sit down with Femi. Am I saying the name right? Femi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to sit down with Femi and talk about how we can help the students better. Because I'll be oh, hello, Agu. How do you say that? Eluchukwu, Agu?
Elochukwu. Elochukwu.
Yeah. And everybody, we'll be honest with you. We want to come to Nigeria. We have plans to come to Nigeria. We are hoping to be there next year. But we're taking it day by day to see how the pandemic is progressing. And please note that do not get disheartened with the consulates being closed. I know that every day new information is coming out. And if you are worried about something, talk to us. But I think we are coming to the end of this slowly, but we're coming to the end of this.
Einstein is interested in undergraduates. He just posted that. And actually, that's nice. Yeah. So I wanted to say that you already have planned. We were planning to come to Nigeria, but we don't know the situation with the pandemic. And hopefully before the mid of next year, we want to because we can apparently see. And was it Femi that was talking about in Nigeria, that is the culture. We want to see, we want to feel. For example, those of us in academics in Nigeria, even with everything online now, we want to submit paper publications, as in you have to print it out and submit it. So that's how we operate. We want to come with our papers, and let you see us face to face. And you can even complete your application in the process. That is the plan, but for the pandemic.
Yeah.
And that is the reason we're doing it today. Yutunde and my first plan was today we were going to be in Nigeria. That was our plan. And so that didn't happen. So we're looking right now at March. But right now, we know that the situation is definitely evolving. And so we are very conscious about when the borders will be open for us to be able to come in. Femi, did you want to add something?
Yeah. Honestly, you are getting me more happier if there's any English like that. Because when you mention Nigeria, when you mention our people, when you passionately talk about our children at home, honestly, it's going into me, it's going into my bloodstream. But please, I want you to put the mechanism in place, because you are sending some of us are going out for Wentworth like a disciple now to actually get the information to their doorsteps, because it has become my personal assignment. Don't forget about Wentworth or no Wentworth. This will affect my people positively. Why won't I take or put all my strength into it, right? It will better the lot of my people. It will better the lot of my society. Then it becomes my personal assignment so that we will get it done. But my question for you is this, as Yetunde said, even I'm a professor at a Jackson State University here. I know what I'm going through with the student online to the student face-to-face. The one online, we know what we are going through, so many things, you have to do it repeatedly. So if our children, Nigerian students, is able to actually get it early, the better for them, the better for our community. Please, and another question I want to ask is this. Do you permit us to link up with some university? Because if Wentworth could actually go into some universities in Nigeria, that is, these are institutions. Some university like where Yetunde is coming from, where I started my career from, they have an office of an international student. If a program like this could be dropped in some universities in Nigeria, Nigeria is a very big country, wonderful country. It's a country with people of good potentials. If you take this to institutions over there, it will go a very long way, and it will benefit Nigeria and the Wentworth maximally. Thank you so much.
Looks like, Femi, you're going to Nigeria with us next year.
I don't mind, even if you say tomorrow. In fact, I will host you. In fact,
So this
I
is
will
this is
host
all
you.
great points. We are hoping, this is again, as we said, this is the first of many events. We are hoping to engage with Nigeria. We have no plans of leaving you all alone. We are going to be a part of your academic careers and academic future. So I really look forward to working with each and every one of you and being able to help you in whichever way you want to be helped in order to do your education here in the United States.
Thank you.
Emmanuel, you are talking about internship. That is actually what we call the co-op program, which is very, actually, that is one of the things that attracted me to Wentworth to come and be a faculty here. When I came, after my first interview, when I learned about how rich the co-op program is, because as a professor, some of you here are probably my students in the past. You know that I have this burden, this passion to work with students, to be like a student, because I want to like help them, hold their hands, go to their level and bring them up with me. I don't care whether I'm not a professor or you become a professor. I just want you to be big and greater people than I am. And that's the passion I brought here. So when I learned that these students have that kind of, that Wentworth is also student focused. They want students to become something great. And I'm proud to say that Wentworth, our students their job security is almost 100% sure before they graduate, because they already have the experience. They already have the connection with the companies. They have done at least two full semesters of co-op, working and getting paid, and possibly 3 when they pick up the third co-op. So that is a rich experience. Some of them already have the connection with this company. By the time they are getting to their senior years, they are probably working part-time for these companies. And by the time they graduate, they get a job almost within a couple of months. So that is something that really inspired me, because there's nothing as inspiring as seeing my students, my past students becoming something great and me getting proud of them. I'm looking at one day one of my students become the president of Nigeria, and I don't need I don't need to book an appointment to be there, you know. So that's what we want. And so coming to your question, Emmanuel, the internship is the key, and we do it. We do, and our students have to take it to graduate, 2 full semesters of internship without doing anything else. And they work full time for these companies to graduate.
Yeah, and it is done, the timing is also important. It is done in the 3rd year and then again in the 4th year, not in the 1st and 2nd year. In an undergraduate program, it's done in the 3rd year and the 4th year. We have another hand raise. OC Godfrey, you are muted.
OC, you are muted. Now it's gone. Joyce is asking about IGCSE certificates and AS/A level certificates. Does anyone, Amy, you want to answer that?
I know there is. You know what those certificates are.
Okay. I know you have to take SAT. That is more relevant to.
No, that is Joyce. OC was asking a question. Hold on, Yutunde.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, I'm always Godfrey from University of Benin, Edo State, Nigeria. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was sent the link via through one of my professor to join the program today. I actually don't know idea about the program. I just finished my master's program in University of Benin, try to pursue my PhD. So this link was sent to me. I have no idea about what the program is all about, man. So if you can maybe brief me or send me an email about the program you're talking about, man. I don't know if you understand.
See, we don't have PhD programs at Wentworth. We only have undergraduate and then masters. We have bachelors and masters. We don't have a PhD. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I just finished my master's program with the University of Benin. So I was thinking you have a program for PhD.
No, we don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. Is there any way I can benefit from it? I'm really interested in about your discussion. If I've finished my master's program, is there any way I can benefit from your program, man? Is there any way I can benefit from it, even though I have done my master's program?
As you know, we are fully, undergraduate and master's program focused, and those are the avenue through which you can enter our department at the moment, through enter our school at the moment. Master's or undergraduate. Yes, at the moment we don't have a PhD program. We have, some of our students, our plan would be to have them, whether undergraduates, then some of them right now, they have the 3+1 program, 4+1 program that enables them to migrate straight to master's program and graduate at a shorter period for that period. And when they graduate, and our masters are research based actually, they can still go ahead and do their PhD. Unfortunately, Boston is, Wentworth is in the heart of Boston, and not only in the heart of Boston, like Dean Douglas said, it is also, Wentworth is also surrounded by so many research universities. So you can have those both experience. Because our target is to be industry focused. We want to be industry, to train our students, to give them both the research and industry experience they need. And then if as many of them decide to go into research, they will always see, actually the collaboration start before they graduate, because if they will be diverse and they will be able to connect with research universities that offer PhD around, and you don't have to travel far, you just walk across. Like when I was doing my postdoc, I did it at Northeastern University for 2 years and I just walked across the street to join Wentworth, because Wentworth and Northeastern share the same area. You just cross the street, and sometimes you want to take coffee, you might decide to go and take it at Northeastern. So that is the way it is. You can always have an opportunity later to do your PhD if you do your master's with us here. You are muted again. Also, you are muted again.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Although I quite understand you, ma'am. What I'm saying is that now that I have my master's degree, is there any way I can benefit from this program? That's my question, ma'am. Either in terms of getting job or going further, because I'm really interested in what your discussion. I've been listening to it. I understand everything. I'm interested. So now, does that mean I can't benefit? No way I can benefit from it, even as a master's student? In terms of me getting a job or going further academically or into research or anything, anywhere I can benefit from it.
I can answer this here today. I feel like the way you would come to us, Osi, would be to do a second master's. And I don't know if there is a benefit in that, right? Because we don't have a transfer program. We don't have a PhD program. So what we have is just another master's program. So that would be your way to come in. And the requirements of the program is all of the credits that need to be taken to complete your master's program. So having said that, I cannot make, because this is like getting a whole other master's, right? And I think that is a question you need to ask yourself. Like, what is it that you can do with your master's now, or do you have to get another master's? Because it looks like you've just completed your master's at the university.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't jump up and down and say get another master's, because a master's is a lot of work, and you've done a lot of work to get to where you are right now. So I would say you could apply. Again, I know this is an open house for Nigeria. We are not against you applying for PhD programs in other programs in the United States. I say yes, maybe apply for a PhD program, and then we can see where that takes you. And then if you get your PhD, come back and ask me for a job.
I was very glad about that. Thank you, man.
Actually, as part of a hint, which is also one of the things I might be touching tomorrow when talking about opportunities like this, as part of a hint, getting you to come into, when I was planning to do my postdoc here at Northeastern after my PhD, one of the things I was thinking, because I really wanted a US education, right? I have like partial Canadian education when I was doing my PhD, but I was still not satisfied with that. I wanted a US education. Before I did my postdoc, I was already thinking about doing another PhD in the United States. I was looking for funding, looking for starting my PhD all over again. So it all depends on your ambition. If you have an ambition, if you have a plan, then go for it and get that plan done. Yeah. So if you think doing a second master's will make you to reach your goal, like I know the challenges we have in Nigeria. I know sometimes we learn under very severe pressure. I was once in the system. So sometimes you have assignment to turn in and there is no power, there is no network. There is nothing, and you just miss the assignment. You get an F grade. Nobody gives you a makeup, and so and so sometimes there are some of my classes I wish I can take again. So if you have that kind of ambition, if you have that kind of ambition, go for it. And like Dean said.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm really impressed. I'm happy about your discussion. So as you have just said now, I wanted to go for it now, maybe second masters. How can I go about it now with you?
Amy.
Hello?
Yep, Amy's not going to tell him what to do.
I said I'm interested now. I also have my second masters with you, man.
Amy, just pick one and throw it at him.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'll post the link on how to apply in the chat again, and that's probably the best way to get started.
Yes.
Hello, I can't hear you.
Yeah, you need to apply on the website.
Okay.
And she's going to send. Yeah, she just posted
you just
the link.
Put the link in the chat, Jose. Yeah. Use the link to apply.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't see. Can you send it to my email? Whether you got my email over there?
Go ahead and put your email in here, Ozzy, and we'll be able to help you.
All right, man.
Awesome.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Other questions, everybody? I love that you're all thinking about your futures and especially about work. And always remember, as international students, and I remember when I came, OPT was 1 year. So I am very jealous of all of you who can now come for OPT for 3 years. I think a lot of us, Mira, when you came, it was 1 year too, right?
I think 2 years.
2 years. See, I came for 1 year. You got 2 years. And now it is 3 years. So, and again, everybody, the United States government is working on increasing the number of international students that do come to the United States. So there is a push from all of us to have more international students here. It's just they're waiting for the consulates to open so that you can apply and you can be here next year.
And by the way, OPT, if you don't know what it means, and if you're listening and you don't know what it means, it's like an opportunity for you to work full-time, get paid, have work experience in the United States after your graduation. After you graduate, you have your certificate that you can use to apply for a job as an OPT student, and you keep renewing it. You can renew it for up to 3 years to have United States work experience. Any more questions?
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here today. We had an absolutely wonderful time answering your questions and being able to help you, and maybe even put a thought in your minds as to what your future in academics should be. So, I just saw a new face pop in, so I have to jump up and say, I have to have Rachel introduce herself. We have one of our math faculty who just joined us. Rachel, if you could please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rachel Mitra. I'm a faculty member in applied math here at Wentworth.
James, I see that you asked for the link to apply. If you just scroll up a little bit, you should be able to see it. And James, I don't know if you're looking for undergraduate, are you looking for bachelor's, or are you looking for master's? Because if you're looking for master's, just scroll up a little bit, and Amy had just posted the link. Oh, Rachel, just because you joined us, a lot of questions are coming to us through the chat.
Great. Okay, I'm able to see. Thank you.
So you'll see Amy and David are going back and forth and putting in, David, I think this is not what you wanted. I think you did a jobs posting. So just go, everybody, go to wit.edu. get to know us better. We've got these beautiful pictures of Boston and everybody in it and all the different admissions. And so once you go to wit.edu, everything else falls into place. And Ozzy, I see that you did put your email in here. We will get to you and we will send you the link to apply. And the link to apply is there. You go. It just came up again.
wit.edu/admissions/graduate/OW2TO. That is where you apply from. Everything is centralized on that link. And I'm putting my email here for everyone. If you want to have a follow-up conversation with me over this plan, we are in it together. So I'm sending my email here, sharing it with everyone. If you try to reach any of the numbers or any of the emails, or you get confused about anything, send me an email and I will direct you to the appropriate personnel.
Yes, I just saw
Omobolanle.
Yes, Obomalani. Yes,
I'll save you.
We have waived
you
the GRE. The GRE is waived at Wentworth, so you will be able to apply without a GRE score.
Yeah, we're test optional both for the graduate program and undergraduate, so there's no SAT requirement for undergrad as well.
So, and I think that answers Joyce's question then, because I know she was, those things she were talking about, those are tests. So I think there is no test requirement, just that's what we're getting to know now from Amy. No SAT requirements, no GRE. And I think IGSC is also like those kind of tests that students take in Nigeria to application processing fee, yeah.
Yeah, and again, everybody, you know, you're going to have some questions today, you're going to have some questions tomorrow. And as you put your paperwork together to think about starting to apply, especially your financial documents, there is a very detailed list at Wentworth to talk about how to put your packet together. And so definitely come back to the website and learn how to put the packet together in order to apply for your I-20. And again, please remember, this is again worth mentioning, as you think about scholarships, as you think about internships, and you think about how you'll be supported, please understand we can do none of those things without a transcript. All of those decisions for scholarships are made after you complete your application. And there's a committee, guys. We don't just make it a decision in wild. There's actually a committee that sits together to look at the applications.
And probably some of you joined us later. After Dean Doga spoke about the application and stuff like that, because our fee is comparable to other universities. We have like an average of $400 less. So which means you're already saving some money. And then plus the scholarship you are having, plus, so there eventually you have so much opportunities and you don't need to be afraid of applying. And if you have any fear, the emails are there that for you to send emails and ask questions before you click submit. If you have any doubts, just ask questions. Do you accept West
Femi just
evaluation?
asked a great question about WES evaluation. Yes, we require. Amy, can you talk about that for a second, please?
Hold on, I couldn't find my unmute. Yes, we do require a credential evaluation. You can get that from WES or CED, and that information's on that how to apply. If you click on the international application, you'll see more information on the credential evaluations, but we do require that. We do not require English proficiency exam for applicants from Nigeria, so that will be waived when you're reading through the international requirements, but we do require the credential evaluation.
And I was going through the website when, some of our potential students were asking me questions. Also, I was trying to find out more about WES, and just to share that information again, it's something about you sending your transcript, your diploma, your certificate transcript to the appropriate organization, the organizations that have been listed on our website to validate it. They know how to work. They already know the meaning of our credentials, what each credit means, and the fact that it is valid and you went to an accredited institution. We want to be sure that we are taking the right students and they have the right credentials. So they are the ones that do the job of validating your credentials and then giving approval and endorsing it, so that our admission team can be sure that you actually got this degree from an accredited institution.
Amy put more information in the chat, everybody, just to see how the WES evaluation works. All right, this was fantastic. Again, thank you all so much for coming. I know in our cultures, we don't leave until somebody says it is done. This concludes our open house. Again, wonderful to meet all of you. We hope that next year we will be able to come to Nigeria, meet a lot of you in person, and then maybe you will all come to Wentworth at some point. I don't know where in your careers you all are, but if you have any educational needs that we can fill, we are here to help. Thank you, everybody.